Now welcome back again my dear class 12 student. So this is a class of BST, that is Business Studies, and we are going through the chapter organizing. In organizing, in last class we have actually discussed about what are the different functional structure. Okay, different functional structure or different structure actually of any organization, that is functional structure. One type of structure is functional structure and another is divisional structure. We discuss what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of these two structure. That's also discussed. Now next is coming is formal organization and informal organization, but due to this pandemic situation the CBSE board deleted this portion, that is formal organization and informal organization concept. So this is not in your board exam purpose. This formal organization and informal organization concept is deleted from this topic, is deleted from your syllabus only 2021 due to seeing this actually the pandemic situation. This thing is deleted, so this is not in your syllabus. So we are going through the next important topic, that is delegation. Delegation is one of the important function of the management. In delegation, now first we learn what is delegation actually. Delegation is very frequently what we use to delegate the work. Okay, so what is delegation? So delegation is the process. Delegation is the process a manager follows in dividing the work in dividing the work in dividing the work assign to him so that he performs that part which only he can do because of his unique organizational placement. Can perform effectively so that he can get others to help with what remains. Now delegation is the process a manager follows. So a manager should follow the delegation process in dividing the work assigned to him. So a manager actually got the job for his position, for a special position, and the job assigned to him so that he perform that part which only he can do, because a manager is a very efficient person. So the job whatever assigned to him he can delegate, which only he can do because of his unique organization placement. Because of organization placement, suppose just take an example from our school level. The post of principal actually made because some of the unique work is done by him only, but all the work he cannot do. So what actually he do? He actually do delegates some of his works to the vice principal, and vice principal also delegates some of his works actually the HOD, head of the department of different, that is arts, commerce and science, okay, or language department. So this is actually called delegation. Delegation is a process a manager follows in dividing the work assigned to him. The work actually assigned to the principal. Principal cannot do the whole school work, but he actually assign this work to him because he is the, as per his position, he can delegate the other, which only he can do because of his unique organization placement, can perform definitely, so that he can get other to help with what remains. So others from help from others, to take help from others, he can do his total job. That's why delegation is actually delegate of some of his work to vice principal, some of his works vice principal actually delegate some of his works to other teachers, means HOD delegates some of his works to other teachers. So this is the point you have to understand. Delegation mean you have to delegate, you have to divide the work, or you have to sum up your work. Okay, you can, because one thing you should sure that manager, in case of manager in any organization, he cannot do the whole work. So we have to delegate to other person, other subordinate under him, so that the total work can do effectively and efficiently. Because if the whole work is done by this manager, then whatever the product come out, whatever the work come out, is not so much effective and efficient. So that he actually divide the work and delegate this work to different group, so that they can take responsibility or authority. So next point we actually come, what are the different elements of delegation? What are the different elements of delegation or process of delegation? So if any time, this is actually the definition, delegation is the process a manager follows in dividing the work. So he should divide the work assigned to him, whatever the job given to him, he should deliver, so that he perform that part which only he can do. The unique part which he can do, he should perform. Other work he should divide to other, assign the job to other group and delegate also. Okay, so only he can do because of his unique organization placement. So if I am the finance manager, the things I can do, the other employee, simple accountant who are working in the organization can do the same thing. So if I do the same work, the day-to-day work actually, and I am actually recording the entry, then it is not actually very much fruitful for the finance manager like me. So I have to do, I have to develop some accounting system that will be more productive for the organization, so that I should delegate some of my work to other person who can take responsibility of this work. Okay, so here actually this thing is saying, so that the performs that part which only he can do because of his unique organization placement, and can perform of the timely, so that he can get other to help with what remains. So he can take other what work actually remains, means what work actually he is not doing, the manager is not doing, that's what he should delegate and take help to others, and through that he just finish or assign the work actually given by the top level management. Okay, now there is a different element, there is a three element actually, there is a three element. In case of delegation, and this three element is very much important. This three element is very much important. This one is authority. One is authority. Second is responsibility. And third is accountability. So there is a three element of delegation. Delegation, that is the elements. There is a three elements, or we can say process of delegate of your work. Okay. So if you ask in what is the elements of delegation, the three element is there: authority, responsibility, and accountability. Now what is authority? Authority is right to command. Authority is right to command. Right to command. So manager can command, or manager can authority, manager can give responsibility to their subordinates. What the subordinates, they can from as per they are actually authority to command of their subordinates. This is called authority. So authority can be delegated. Can be delegated. Authority can be delegated. Okay, authority is right to command. Authority can be delegated. So some of your work you can delegate to others of your subordinates. And authority comes from superior to subordinates. Is actually downwards. Superior to subordinates. Superior to subordinate. Flow of the flows is downward from superior to flows actually downward that is superior to subordinate. Okay. As I take example of school level, in principal actually delegates some of his authority to vice principal. Okay, vice principal can delegate some of his authority to other HODs. So this is actually follow from upper to lower, that is superior to subordinate in scalar chain. Okay. Now this authority, how this authority arises? Authority actually arises from formal position, from their position. Formal position. So principal can order me, or vice principal can order me a command, but I cannot order the principal. Okay, I cannot order the vice principal. So that's formal, from formal position this authority actually come. If I am a finance manager, so I can command my subordinates how they actually record the transaction. What is the process to record the transaction? If there are any changes needed, I can command them. Okay. So this is actually authority. What is responsibility? Responsibility is obligation to perform. Obligation to perform an assigned task. Obligation to perform the assigned task. Obligation to perform the assigned. Whatever authority, authorized person, means principal, whatever the work actually given to the vice principal, he is obliged, he should be this is for his obligation, he have to perform this work. So that's why this is called obligation to perform assigned task is called responsibility. So you are responsible that whatever tasks you have given, whatever tasks actually you have taken from your superior, you have to perform this task actually. So this cannot be entirely delegated. So all of your responsibility cannot be entirely delegated. cannot be entirely delegated. Why? Why it cannot delegate it of, as authority can delegate it whole of the things, whole of the work, but vice principal cannot be delegated whole of the work to the HODs, because the principal actually delegated some, actually give some response, delegated some responsibility to perform the tasks to vice principal, but vice principal what actually does, because of his own work, because he cannot do all the work, so he just divide the responsibility and delegated actually partially. Partially he is responsible and partially he is not. If anything happen in any department, then vice principal cannot say I have actually delegated whole of the thing to HOD. He cannot say to the principal when the principal will ask. So that responsibility can be entirely partially delegated, or cannot be entirely delegated. Okay, cannot be entirely delegated. So first is responsibility, obligation to perform assigned tasks. Second is cannot be entirely delegated, and then arises from delegated authority. Arises from delegated authority. Arises from delegated authority. Responsibility actually arises from delegated authority from his superior. And how this change actually doing? Responsibility actually from superior is come upward, that is subordinate to superior, not superior to subordinate. Responsibility comes because some of the responsibility delegate to your subordinate. So responsibility actually upward. Actually flow is upward from subordinate to superior. Flow is upward flow from, I am just writing here, from subordinate to superior. Because in the case of, again I am taking the example of school, the principal actually delegated some of the work to vice principal. Then vice principal actually delegated some of the responsibility to head of the department, different department. Head of the department delegates some of the responsibility to their respective department teachers. So whenever the responsibility come, then first the teachers should responsible to the HOD, head of the department. Okay, now head of the department can responsible to the vice principal, and vice principal should responsible to the principal. So this is the flow from downward, upward, that is from subordinate to superior. Okay, now third element of delegation is accountability. Now what is accountability? Accountability means answerable, whom you actually answerable. Answerability for outcome of the assigned work. Answerability of the outcome of the assigned work. Okay, now accountability means answerability of the outcome of the assigned work. How the work actually transfer, whatever the work. In suppose in case of business organization, there is a sales manager. So sales manager actually do not visit all the customer each and every day, because this is not actually though it is work for actually works given to him by their top level management, but if he does that, he actually do that day by day, then his own work means develop of market will be in hindrance. Okay, then what actually he actually delegate some of his work to area managers. Okay, now area managers also, under area manager there are some people is working, they are called salesperson. They is actually visiting the day, actually doing the day by day work, and they actually delegates some of his work, this area manager, to this salesperson. So that's way. But in case of answerability, who will be answerable? If in market, suppose there is a target of sales manager is 16,000 units per month, but any month actually this happen that there is a 40 or 30,000 units just sold. Now this time who will be answerable? The answerable person is not area manager or salesperson. The answerable person is whom actually this responsibility, these things is delegated, that is the marketing sales manager actually. Okay, sales manager should answer whatever thing happen. They cannot say this is a fault of area manager because I have given some work to the area manager, he is not doing. This type of complaint do not actually heard by the top level management. The answerable person here only is the sales manager. So sales manager should be answerable to the top level management, and this area manager is answerable to the sales manager, and sales manager the salesperson answerable to the area manager. Okay, that's why in this case also from this accountability actually form of flow is subordinate to superior, subordinate to superior. Okay, now accountability, answerability cannot, you cannot delegate the accountability, cannot be delegated, cannot be delegated. You cannot delegate your answerability to someone. Okay, principal actually gives some tasks to vice principal. Now vice principal cannot say some of the teacher didn't do that, so that is not they can, vice principal cannot ask to some teacher to just come and answer to the principal. This is answer. In this case, who will be answerable? The answerable person is vice principal, and so his answerability cannot be delegated by him. His answerability cannot be delegated. Okay, and this answerability, how this answerability will come? The answerability will come as per their responsibility. As the person is responsible, and they should be answerable also, arises from responsibility. The board is very short, so some of the thing is very big. Hope you are seeing the board properly, and that is the thing of delegation. There is a different items, that is first is authority, second is your responsibility, and third is accountability. Okay, these three things is very important for your board exam purpose also. Up to that, have you understood? Is there any problem? Can you hear me? Who else is there? Board is very hazy. Black asche. Sir, I cannot see properly. If anything actually you are not actually seeing properly, you can ask me, I will tell you. If anything you didn't actually properly seeing, you just ask me, I will tell you. Because delegation is very important for your board exam purpose also. Okay, and for your practical field you should know delegation is very important, because there should be authority, responsibility, relationship is there, and there should be accountability also. These three elements actually the process of delegation through authority, responsibility and accountability. Authority means right to command, responsibility means obligation to perform the assigned tasks, and accountability means answerable of the outcome the assigned work. What are the outcome? You should be answerable. Why this outcome is high? If it is good, how it is good? If it is bad, why it is bad? This should be answerable to the your higher authority. Okay, who actually delegates the works, who are the give you the responsibility to do the assigned work. Okay, this is the thing. From next day we actually learn what is the importance of delegation, what for delegation is importance in a organization. Okay, so hope you have understood. There is no problem if you have already written. Now Sayan is writing something, Urpita is also writing something, Gaurav Kumar is now joined. Oh, maybe he is actually, I think that is a time he should join, but that's not the way you should actually attend the class, because from your board purpose I have already told you that each and everybody should compulsorily attend the class, and that attendance will be marked to your board exam. Okay, there is a certain percentage you need to attend. Attendance should be needed to take a seat a board exam also. So this is the actually end of the class. You just continue your class. Hope you are well and safe. So thank you.